Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Lavinia and I post beauty videos focusing around makeup and skincare multiple times a week. So if that's something that interests you, I'd love for you to hit the big red subscribe button so that you can join my channel. Now today we're going to be doing a tutorial. Now although I've seen a bunch of super heavy duty makeup looks online right now, I personally have been striving more towards that natural makeup. Mainly in the face makeup. I don't like to layer it on as much and apply as much product as I used to, but at the same time I still love a good glam look. So in this video I'm going to be showing you guys a perfect glam makeup look with no foundation and a very minimal face products. This look is mostly targeted for people with acne, redness, scarring, or anything like that, but if you don't have any of that, you can obviously still do this look. So basically I use very minimal face products with no foundation to just add a little bit of face makeup. So I use absolutely no foundation to cover any acne I have, and we're going to be using a very minimal face products to complete this look. It's super thin on the skin. Like, this is all really just bare skin, and you know, the focus is really brought onto the eyes and the lips for this look, so it still makes you feel super glam. So if you want to see me create this look using very minimal face coverage, just keep on watching. Alright, so I just prepped my skin by doing my skincare routine, and I did just start school again, so we have some friends visiting right now on my face, but we're just gonna power through that. So first off, I like to start by priming. I'm going to be using the Tatcha Silk Canvas today. This is one of my favorites on even days when I don't wear makeup. It just smooths out the skin really nicely, and I do feel like it provides that barrier between your skin and the environment, so I do really like it. I think it has some awesome ingredients. So let's just open it up. This is like a fairly new one, and I just take the little tool and I literally grab such a little amount. Tiny bit goes a really long way. I've heard people say they don't like this primer, and then when I ask, okay, how much are you using, and they tell me, that's the reason, because if you use too much, kind of like pills on your face. So just make sure you're using like a tiny amount. And I start off by tapping this into the skin, and then I'll smooth out any excess. I really focus it in my T-zone where I have more enlarged pores, and it just does a really good job. Next, I do go in with a second primer just to give my skin some glow and life. So I'm going to be using the Rare Beauty Always an Optimist Illuminator. So I add just a tad bit of this. I've either been using this one, my SISTAR Cosmetics Rose Glow primer. That one's really nice too. And again, I tap this in. I've been doing this with a lot more of my products, like tapping them in. And same with skincare, I just like the look of it, and it's more delicate on my skin. And then if I have any excess, I'll smooth it out. Alright, so next we're going to be going in with the actual coverage. Now, as you can tell by the title, we are using absolutely zero foundation in this video today. So I like to just go in with some concealer. These are two of my favorites right now for natural makeup. I've been loving the SISTAR Cosmetics It's You Skin Perfecting HD Concealer. I've also really been liking the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer. This one is really nice at just blending into the skin and looking like your skin but better. So I'm going to kind of use a combination of these. I'm going to start with the It's You concealer, and what I do is just simply kind of tap this. Got some primer over here. I just kind of tap this onto any spots or anywhere I want some coverage. So I kind of leave that for a minute, and then I just take a bit of the e.l.f. Hydrating. I also like to use this one on my skin, so I'll kind of go back and forth. But today I'm going to use a bit of this just under the eyes. I actually skip this step most days. Like, I just leave my under eyes completely bare. But I'm going to use it a bit today since we are going to be going in with some eye products. Alright, so now I'm going to be using like this really amazing tool to blend this out. Fingers. This is literally the best for this natural makeup because it melts the concealer right into the skin. So I just go ahead and pat this in, and this way you really don't get much differentiation between your skin and the concealer. It all melts together. And I kind of like it so that it's really blended in, so you'll still see some of my spots peeking through, but I don't really look for full coverage obviously out of this look. just enough to make me feel a little more glam, and so my redness and stuff isn't the first thing you see. Now obviously you can use as much or as little product as you want. You can also do this trick with foundation and spot conceal with a foundation if there's one that you really like. I've done that before too, but I feel like concealer is sometimes easier. And then I'm just going to take this little deluxe concealer brush from Real Techniques and go right under the eyes, focusing on this little corner right here because I find that's where there's the most darkness, and then going on the lid a bit just to conceal like my veins and stuff and create a little bit of the base for the next products we're going to go in with. And then if you want to go in with a bit more coverage, you definitely can. So I just layer up a tad bit more of concealer. And I find the true key to getting more coverage out of any of your products is just let it sit for a little before you blend it out. It'll kind of sink in a bit and then set on its own, so you'll get more coverage that way. So while I'm letting that sit down, I'm just going to take my NYX Microbrow Pencil, my all-time fave, and I just lightly fill in the brows. I'm not going to do too much since I already have pretty filled in eyebrows naturally. But just a little bit, just to shape them a little better and make them actually match. Make sure you're blending this out. And I typically like to do the more feathery eyebrow look when I do this type of natural glam. Anywhere there's just a space, I'll fill in. Trying to make them look the same. Now, what I've recently discovered that is just like the best product ever is this SISTAR Cosmetics Perfect Brow Kit. And I don't typically like powders for my brows, and that's not what I'm going to be using today, but this has this wax at the bottom that literally holds your eyebrows so well. So I just dip my spoolie in like so, and I just go right in and brush through and kind of feather them up. Then I just kind of go over the top. So I feather it up and then I go over the top to kind of clean it up. And now that concealer has set in a bit, so I'm just going to take my finger and kind of lightly tap so that the concealer really stays concentrated in that area I'm trying to conceal. So I'm not trying to spread out the product too much, just simply tap it in. And I mean, if you can see a bit of it, like, compared to your skin, like a difference, that's fine. No one's gonna look at your skin that closely unless you're like me and zoom really close onto your face to post YouTube videos. All right, so now that that concealer is down, I do typically set it. I've been really liking this It's You Skin Perfecting Finishing Powder from SISTAR Cosmetics. I just realized how much SISTAR Cosmetics I have in this video. I promise this is not sponsored or anything like that. I did try out a bunch of their products recently, and they're a super affordable brand that I just recently discovered, and I've actually really been enjoying it. I like to take this powder, and I usually use the powder proof on here, or I'll use a little brush like this Real Techniques one. This is a super finely milled powder, and I just kind of go over the general area I applied any concealer. Still sets your makeup really well without looking cakey ever. Like, it looks so fine on the skin. And sometimes I like to set the start of my eyebrows too. It just kind of further sets that like pomade down and really makes them stay up all day. All right, so now let's finish up the face makeup. Now these next few steps will really just transform the face without really applying more coverage. So I'm gonna go in with some bronzer. My bronze booster from Physicians Formula. I just kind of go in and dust it. Go down the neck too. This just brings some life back to the skin, makes you look a little more tan and bronzed, and overall really looks nice on the skin. Next we have blush, and for me this is like my little secret. I go in with a ton of blush and I feel like it makes a huge difference. So I'm going to be using this Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in the shade Mellow Wine. Really pretty color. And sometimes I go in with a blush that has more of a glow to it, depending on what I want. But today I wanted a more matte blush. And I do go in with quite a bit of product. If you overdo it, since you are going on bare skin, it's really easy to fix it with a powder. I go on the nose too. I think it provides like that sun-kissed look. Next is highlighter, also a very important step. It makes you look so much more glam. by just adding some shimmer to the skin. So I go on the nose, Cupid's bow, and sometimes I just brush it kind of all over my eyelid too. Alright, so now we're going to do the eyes. I like to do something super quick and easy. I'm just going to be using my Milani Most Loved Mattes palette. It's a really nice, easy palette to use. So I'm going to dip into this taupey shade. And I'm just going to go into the crease a little. And out. I'm going to dip into the brown right underneath it, just a tad, to darken up the outer corner of my eye. Not going too heavy-handed, keeping it pretty light. But I still like to add some eyeshadow to define the eyes a little. I'm going to go in with a liquid shadow. It really makes your makeup look 10 times more glam. So this is the Milani Hypnotic Lights in the shade Luster Light. It's like a gold with like green in it and really, really pretty. So I'm just going to apply this over. It also has like pink and yellow shimmer as well. Just a really beautiful eyeshadow. Gonna slightly cut the crease, and then I'm gonna use my finger to shear this out a little. Next, I'm going to add liquid liner. I think this step is really crucial. Basically with this makeup, I like to bring the focus to the eyes rather than the face, since we didn't do much coverage. And if you know you're trying to kind of distract from your acne scars or acne or whatever you like to cover up usually, I think taking the focus to the face is a really good trick. So I'm going to do a pretty bold liner today. Next, I'm just going to add some mascara. This is the Bare Minerals Lashtopia. I'm trying to just use up my mascaras, to be honest. It's pretty good though, but any mascara will do. I'm just adding a tiny bit because I am going to go in with lashes. Just a little on the bottom lashes. I don't want to put too much since I didn't do eyeshadow there. You definitely can. I just didn't choose to today. You can do whatever you want with the eyes, really. I'm going to go ahead and apply some Kiss Blowout lashes in the style Pageboy off camera. I like to add lashes because it really just brings more focus to the eyes, but you can definitely leave it with just mascara. I think that looks really pretty too. Alright, so lashes are now on. I really just think that takes the eye look to the next level. Next, I'm going to finish off this look with a bold lip. I like doing a sort of like a mauve or a deeper nude, just because again it kind of brings the focus to the lips and it makes the eyes and the lips super bold, which I think is the premise of like a glam look. So I'm going to be using Milani's Amore Satin Mattes in the shade 07 and 08. I'm going to use 07 first, which is more of a cool tone, and use this kind of as a liner too. I'm going to grab 08, the shade Indulge. This is more of a warm tone. And just apply right over. And I've kind of been liking that look of darker, more cool tones on the outside and a warmer center. Last but not least, I'm going to just set with this Rare Beauty setting spray. I've really been liking this one actually. It makes the skin so glowy, which I really want in this look. And just let that set down. And one of my favorite parts about this look is that I can still see my freckles through it. I used to actually hate my freckles, but now I really, really like them. So I don't love doing heavy makeup all the time. I just use enough coverage just to cover some of my redness, but then the rest of my skin can really breathe and I don't have a bunch of makeup piled on for the day. So this is a perfect everyday look. So I really, really like it. On like a daily basis, I'll usually do this for the face and then I'll just switch up the eyes. Like some days I won't do any eyeshadow. I'll just do like liner, or I'll just do mascara or just lashes. Some days I'll do like a super glossy lip, no pigment, or a really bold lip. So it really switches up every day, but this is just one of my favorite looks, so I thought I would share it with you guys. I know it's tempting if you have redness, acne, scarring, whatever it may be, to just cover it up, and you know that's completely fine, but sometimes you pile on the makeup and your skin gets more clogged, leading to more breakouts or further worsening the issue. So I think this is a really good method at making sure your skin can still breathe while still wearing a bit of makeup and making you feel pretty glam. So that's really it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up to let me know. Also make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to hit my notification bell so you get notified every single time I upload a new video. And yeah guys, that's it for this one. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.